Hi, my name is Matias Vargas, and this is my presentation on origami and mathematics. So first off, I'm going to talk a little bit about my project and what I chose to do. I chose to do a dodecahedron, which is, I think you can see it, it's a 12-sided polyhedron. This is actually a 12-sided dice used in different types of games, I believe. Well, anyways, so first off, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the type of solid that I'm going to make. It's called a platonic solid, and it basically is a regular convex polyhedron, which is a polyhedron is just a multi-phase construction that is congruent and is created and has obviously kind of like a solid. Well, in my case, the 12-sided one, the dodecahedron comes from the word, the Greek dodeca, which means 12, and hedra, which means phase, so 12 phases. The regular dodecahedron, which is what I'm making right now, is considered to be a platonic solid, which is what I said. It has 20 vertices, so I'll explain the vertices at the very end because the die is a little bit too tiny for that. And it has 30 edges. Also, this shape has rotational symmetry, and we talked about symmetry last week, so I feel like it's kind of interesting to mention it. But however, there's three different types of regular star dodecahedra, which are made out of different types of stellations. And a stellation is basically when you have a polygon and you just extend it in different directions and shapes to create it. Something that I thought it was cool is that the dodecahedra is used, like I said, in dies, but also not the regular one, which is what I'm creating, but there's type of dodecahedra that appear in nature, in natural formations, kind of like crystals and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I applied to the class. So I guess without further ado, I'm just going to start with my presentation. So you want to start with a square sheet of paper, and you're going to need 12 of these. So basically, the way you're going to start with this is you're going to lay it flat once it's square, and you're going to fold it in half. And you can call it hot dog fold or hamburger fold or however you want to call it. But you're going to do the first fold, and then you want to open it up. And you want to fold it across in the opposite direction. So if you did hamburger first, then you do hot dog the second time, I believe. Alright, so you have a paper with these types of creases in the paper. Then you're going to pick your favorite side, and you're going to divide the paper into fourths. So I'm going to grab the corner, I'm going to fold it all the way up to the middle crease. I'm going to open it up, rotate the paper, and do the same on the other side. So now my paper has 4 sections right there. Okay, now I got to divide these 2 rectangles in half, just the outer edges, so to make it into 8ths pretty much. So I'm going to follow the same strategy. I'm just going to grab the corners, fold it up to the first crease, and be good. So now I have my 8ths and my 4ths, and everything's good. I'm going to keep the edges fold it up like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the paper and fold it into the long way. You can tell that if I fold it this way, this would be the short way, so this would be hot dog style, so you go the long way. Okay, so now notice, and I'll mark it with a Sharpie, the top corner, and that corner, and that corner. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll try to make it the best. So top corner right there, and then the bottom corner right down there. What you want to do is you're going to fold the side to where you have a corner at the very top and the very edge of the paper. So I'm just going to fold like this. Boom. So I want to do that kind of fold on all 4 sides. So that's what I'm going to do real quick. Right there. And then flip it over. And do the same thing. And we'll flip the other side and do the exact same thing. And that's good. Okay, so now that we have this kind of construction, I want to open it up. And I got to make sure that either the left or the right side, whichever side you want, is all on top. So if you want to pick the right side, then just put the right side down, or the left side down, whichever one you want. And then you're going to turn the paper upside down. So you're going to turn it upside down. You're going to pick your favorite corner, and you can see the middle crease right here. Right, the middle crease right there. You're just going to grab one side by this point in the corner, and you're going to fold it to where it touches that middle crease right there. And I'll explain exactly why you do that here in a second. So now you should have a construction that looks kind of like this. Nothing like a pentagon or anything like that, but just hang on tight. So now you open the paper all the way. You're going to know that you're going to have 2 creases, just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the corner with this crease right here. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, I'm going to grab this corner right here, and I'm going to fold it to that crease in the middle, the very, very dark one. So I'm going to grab the corner and fold it over to that crease right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. There you go. And now you're going to notice that I have the same type of creases all along the paper, right? So I'm going to do the same thing to all the other corners and just fold them over to that crease right there. So like that. There. One more. Try to make it pretty for once. There we go. Okay, so now I have this type of construction. And now what I want to do next is, you remember the creases we marked? So now, once we fold the paper up to that crease, now I'm actually going to use that crease that I marked and fold it again, following the whole crease. So I'm going to mark it real dark so you can see it. So I have a big crease right there. So I'm going to fold it twice. So I'll fold the first time right there, and then I just follow along the line, and I do my second fold. So since I picked the top corner, now I got to go all the way across and do the bottom corner. So I go top and bottom first. All right, just like that. And now I got to do the sides with it. So when I do the sides, just make sure that you press this part down real quick, because otherwise, if you don't, it's going to pop out and it's going to mess up the whole shape. So you want to press it down and make sure that you keep everything and all the edges folded down. Repeat the process with the other side. So far, so good. So now you can see that I have a little triangle with a couple of flaps in it, or it doesn't look like a triangle yet, but I'm going to make it look like a triangle. But I have these flaps right here, so I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to use the flaps to hold triangle together. So you can tell I have a little triangle, and the flaps is what's holding it together. So now, if you look and you pay attention to the crease, you're going to notice that there's a little triangle at the very top. So I'm going to grab this corner and put it touching that edge right there, and I'm going to grab the other corner and put it touching the other edge. And once I do that, if I can do it right, there you go. 1 and 2. Right? So now I have this kind of construction, but if you look at it, on this side, you have the pentagon, the regular pentagon, which is what I'm looking for. So that's how you build one of these little sides. And like I said, you need to grab and do 12 more of them. So I just went ahead and did the blue one I just did, plus another 3 blues, and then 3 of each color. So now what you want to do is you grab whichever color you want, you pick another color, and you want to put it together, and you're going to see that there's an opening right there. And you want to just put the little flap in there, and just like that. Oh wait, never mind, I'm going the wrong way. So how do you know you're going the wrong way? It's very simple actually. If you put the first 2, you'll see that there's a flap in there, and the flaps are almost touching. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that the flaps are touching, because then I'm going to grab the third one. So I guess I'll just go with blue again. And I'm going to put the blue one and make both flaps go in there. So kind of just like so. Then I grab, we'll say green. So now green, I put a flap in the orange, and then the blue goes in the green. So you just kind of want to make it match. Make sure that all the one flap goes in to the green, one flap goes into the orange. There we go. So it's starting to take shape. And you just follow this process over and over and over again. So, oh, wait, we'll do yellow. Trying to mismatch the colors, that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to put the yellow in the orange, and then the blue in the yellow. Just like that. right? There we go. Starting to take shape. Good, good. And then what else? What other colors do I have? I have that. I guess we can go with blue again. So I'll make the blue fit in there somehow. There we go. There we go. So the only other problem that you really can fall into when you're doing this is that either A, your colors don't match, which is my problem, or B, that your construction kind of starts falling apart because of all the movements that you're trying to make. So you have to constantly keep pushing it together so that it doesn't fall apart. Here we go. So far so good. I guess I'll grab an orange. And believe it or not, this is the second one I'm doing. So yes. The first one I butchered, so why not? Should have seen the first one. Now, obviously, as the farther you go into it, the more connections you have to make. So in this last orange one, for example, I had to make 3 connections. I had to put both green, blue, and yellow into the orange. But I only have 3 pieces left, so maybe I can figure it out and do it real quick. So here we go. Green goes into yellow. Come on. There we go. Green goes into yellow, blue goes into green. Oh, wait, but this one goes in there too. Wait, no, never mind. That one doesn't go anywhere just yet. So now we'll do orange on this side. How are we going to put this? We'll just go with the yellow. I think I know how to do that one. So I have these 2 flaps. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then don't forget that there's this 3rd side going on, so we'll figure it out in a second. 3, there we go. Wait. Oh, come on. There we go. Look at that. And then the last one, which admittedly would be the most complicated one. Always. We'll see. 1, 2. Come on. 3. If I can do this blue one right there. 4. There we go. So after you do all your matching, you can see that you end up with a dodecahedron, which is going to have, so I was talking about vertices and edges at first. So each corner would be a vertex, you know, and then each edge is exactly what it sounds like. This would be an edge, that would be an edge. So if you count them all out, you end up with 20 vertices and 30 edges. I tried it early on with the dies. I probably should have done it with this though. But yeah, that's exactly how you make your dodecahedron. I think that it was pretty straightforward. If you like the video, let me know, and well, y'all have a good time. Thank you for watching.